Welcome, folks, to Throwback Thursday. Today on Throwback Thursday, we're going to actually talk about Futurama. We're actually going to talk about and countdown, even though they're not going to be in a specific order, the top 5 things Fry did that was a total bad idea. I mean, things that he basically did that screwed himself and his life that he shouldn't have actually have done. So let's go with number one. Number one, most likely the best one that actually is here, is the fact of Fry got rid of the worms. So there was one episode where Fry ate a spoiled egg sandwich, and what came out of it? A bunch of worms, parasitic worms. But the parasitic worms aren't actually bad. They were doing some good. They actually were helping him, strengthening him, making him super strong. He could actually have more brain cells, meaning that he can think better. He can play an instrument. He can regenerate. Yeah, there was that one time where he got impaled by a pipe, and look at that. He got regenerated. Sadly, he got rid of him because of freaking damn Leela. Because he believed that Leela loved him for the worms and not for himself, he actually did a lot of damage to his damn self to get the worms out of there, thus making him even worse off than he is. Really stupid. Really stupid. And of course, this actually will leak into somewhere else where it's like, remember when Fry became a superhero along with Leela and Bender? Well, if he still kept the worms, he actually still would have became a superhero. It's just that he doesn't even have to use Miracle Cream. Miracle Cream will actually help him even more because he'll be able to still be super fast, but he also can regenerate and everything because the worms. But yet, he got rid of them, and that happened later. Number 2 is Fry losing his bank account. Or you can say slash Fry buying sardines, slash Fry not telling mom while in the auction of just yelling out after you bought them saying, I'm going to eat these. So for those who actually know the episode, it turns out that Fry left like 3 cents or maybe $1. And because it was 1,000 years later, his account still actually works and he got like millions of dollars. He's a freaking damn millionaire. And what he does, he buys lots of stuff, but then he buys sardines, even though sardines have been extinct thanks to Zoidberg's stupid mind. So it turns out that the sardines can be used for oil, and the oil will be super expensive, meaning that he would actually make millions upon millions of dollars. And instead of her realizing that Fry's a dumbass, no offense, but Fry's an idiot, instead of actually thinking, oh, well, he isn't going to be not a threat, she decides to actually bankrupt him and take all his money like a ruthless piece of crap. So she was doing all that just so he can get rid of the sardines, and well, he was going to eat the sardines. So technically, as a rich person who doesn't give a which that's how some rich people are, is like they might buy something that's worth $1 million, maybe a action figure that's complete in box and it goes for millions. And then here's the millionaire ripping it open and playing with the action figure. He paid millions of dollars. It's a very good collectible, but instead here he is playing with it. And it's too bad that freaking mom was an idiot in this episode. But on the other hand, you have to do blame the continuity because continuity is a piece of crap. Number 3 is getting back with his ex-girlfriend. So his ex-girlfriend, who actually owns a car, or if her friend owns the car or something, he left her in the year 2000 because, well, she left him first, but he left the year 2000 and thought to never see her again. But yet she froze herself, and here she is. It was a dumb move for him to actually get back with her or try to make things work again because, well, history repeats itself. So this one's actually a minor one. It might be number 5, but it's pretty stupid. At number 4, which is another one that's affected by continuity, is Fry forgetting his police skills. Fry was trained in the police academy, and he wasn't really incompetent because he's able to shoot a gun. So it's sad that in later episodes after that, he doesn't remember of that skill and doesn't even remember that he can actually wield a gun and know how to shoot it too. But of course, this is fourth wall breaker. This is freaking continuity being a jerk and saying we want status quo, not things to change. And last but not least is the controversial number 5, which is not being with Bender. Yeah, not being with Bender. So Bender is a very, very bad influence on him. He does a lot of things because of Bender. And instead of being someone who just makes him just a coworker, instead Bender is like his best friend, his best man. But sadly, Bender is a bad guy. And he's influencing him and doing some messed up things. Like, for instance, the superhero episode, at the end of it, he's like, what are we going to do now? He's like, oh, we're going to rob banks. And he's like, yeah, heads or tails, what did you make of it? Let's rob banks. And then that's what they did. And also the one where Flexo got in trouble, and they knew Flexo was the good guy, but Bender's a bad guy. And yeah, Fry actually questions on his skill of learning right from wrong. And well, Bender's comforting him and stuff like that. And Bender actually treats him like a piece of trash too, but yet he still stays with Bender at times. Yes, he tears Bender off, but still, Bender is a bad influence. Also, with the whole iPhone thing where he actually decides to screw over Leela just to get more views and more followers. That was all Bender on that. That was all Bender. Anyways, that's the top 5. Do you guys have anything? Do you guys have something to add to make it top 10? Write it down below. But anyways, thank you for watching and have a great Thursday.